Good afternoon, my dear students. Today you are going to learn a new grammar topic and it is tenses. It is a very important topic, so listen to me very carefully. Okay, open your BBC book on page number 239. Got it, bacha? Topic is tenses. Hope you all have opened your book. I am going to explain. Sit attentively and listen to me very carefully. My dear children, in grammar, tense means time. The word tense comes from the Latin word tempus. Tempus means time. That is why we say tense means time. Tense is the form of verb which shows the time and the state of an action or event. Means it tells us whether the action or state takes place in the past or present or future. Got it? I hope you understood the meaning of tenses. Now, see kinds of tenses. Okay? It is given on page number 239 in your book. Purple colored book, bete. Present tense. Present tense, there are three kinds of tenses. First one is present tense. Present tense referring to the present time. For example, I write a letter. Past tense, the past tense referring to the past time. Got it? For example, I wrote a letter. Next is future tense. The future tense referring to the future time. I'll write a letter. Got it? Fine, bete. Hope you understood it. Kinds of tenses. You have already done these kinds in class 3rd, 4th and 5th. See, there are 4 forms of each tense. You can say there are 4 main classifications of each tense. First one is simple, or you can say indefinite. Okay, this one. It merely states an action or event. It doesn't say anything about the completeness or incompleteness of the action. Got it, bachche? Continuous. Continuous means continuous or progressive tense is the tense which indicates that the action is still going on and is incomplete. The action is incomplete means it is not completed. The action is in the progress, is in the continuation. Okay, that is why we name it continuous or progressive tense. Clear? Next is perfect tense. Perfect tense indicates that the action is complete. Got it? Next is perfect continuous tense. Perfect continuous indicates that the action has been in progress for quite some time. Clear? Next, forms of verbs and tenses. First of all, you learnt about kinds of tenses. There are three kinds of tenses. First one is present, second is past, and third is future. And each tense has four forms. Got it? First one is indefinite or simple tense. Continuous, progressive tense is the second one. Third is perfect. Fourth is perfect continuous tense. Okay, means first one is simple present, then present continuous, present perfect continuous. Present, this present, see, this present tense has four forms. Got it? Present simple, simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. In the same manner, past also has four forms. Simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. Got it? Similarly, future has four forms: simple future, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. Got it, बच्चे? Understood? Next, forms of verbs and tenses. There are four forms of verbs or tenses. Verbs and tenses. Beta, see, you have already learnt these forms of verbs in your previous classes. First is base form. Okay, base form means root form. Many times I shall use these words when I'll explain tenses to you. Okay, there are 12 tenses, and every time I shall tell you about form of verb. So learn it, remember it, the forms of the verb. Okay, first form of the verb is called root form or base form. Got it? फर्स्ट फॉर्म को या तो हम बेस फॉर्म कहते हैं या रूट फॉर्म कहते हैं. सेकेंड वन को पास्ट फॉर्म कहते हैं. थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब को हम परफेक्ट फॉर्म कहते हैं. ठीक है, परफेक्ट. फोर्थ क्या होती है? कॉन्टिन्यूस. गॉट इट बच्चा? In your previous classes you must have learned it. If you haven't learned, then beta please learn the forms of the verbs. 1000 forms of the verbs are available on internet. Okay, so you can learn from anywhere, from any grammar book, from any your help book, you can learn them. Clear? Forms of the verb, I hope you understood. For example, the verb is go. Second past form of go, the go is the root form, and past form of go is went. Perfect form is gone, and continuous is going. We add ing with base form or root form. Got it? And now I'm going to tell you where do we use these forms of verbs. Root form means first form is used in simple present tense without any helping verb. Okay, for example, I go to school, she goes to school, my mother teaches me. Got it? Past form, we use second form of the verb or past form of the verb in simple past tense. Again, we use this second form of the verb without any helping verb. In the simple present tense, we don't use helping verb. In simple past tense also, we do not use any helping verb. Got it? Without helping verb, these forms of the verbs are used in simple present and in simple past tense respectively. Okay. Next is perfect form. Means third form of the verb. It is used in perfect tenses: present perfect tense, past perfect tense, and future perfect tense. But here there is one thing to remember: we never use perfect tense, perfect form of the verb, means third form of the verb without a helping verb. We cannot use this form of the verb without helping verb. Okay? We always use third form of the verb with the helping verb. For example, has, have, had, will have, shall have. Okay? And the third form is of go is gone. Okay? Next is continuous. We use this form of the verb in 6 tenses. Which are those? Present continuous, past continuous, present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous. Then present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous. Okay, bacha? And this is so simple to form continuous form of the verb. We add ing with the root form of the verb. This is the root form, and we add ing with it. Like go, we have added here ing, so it becomes going. Okay? Do, doing. Learn, learning. Speak, speaking. Write, writing. Got it? And how do we use it? We do not use this continuous form of the verb without helping verb. Always helping verbs are required to use continuous form of the verb. Clear? We use is, am, are in present continuous, was, were in past continuous, and will be in will be shall be in future continuous. Got it? Yes, dear children. Next is tenses and the state of action. Simple indefinite, like I sing, she sings. Past, I sang, I'll sing. Okay, here we have used these forms of the verbs. Clear? Now come on the next page, 240. Simple present tense. We are going to learn about it. The root form of the verb is used in the simple present tense when the subject is in first person singular plus plural, second person singular plural, and or third person only plural, not singular. There is one thing to observe, kids. We never use this root form of the verb without s or es. We just simply use the root form of the verb with first person singular plural, with second person singular plural, and with the third person plural only. But what happens when there is third person and it is in singular form? Okay, then we add s or es to the root form when there is a third person singular: he, she, it. Okay, you already know about first person, second person, and third person. Okay, first person is the speaker, second person is the listener, and the third person is the person about we talk. Okay, when there is third person singular, we add s or es, but when there is plural of the third person, like what is the plural of he, she, it? Yes, they. Okay, they is the plural of a third person. Okay, so we use see, first person singular is I, and what is the plural of I? We. I and we are the first person. Okay, and second person you. What is the plural of you? You. It remains same. Okay, so with I, we, you, they, we use root form as it is. Okay, no change. Like Shira, no, she is the singular. Okay, of third person. We are talking here about plural, so we can say they run fast. I learn English. My friends dance well. Okay, my sisters sing well. Okay, the girls swim well. Okay, mm, but the birds, okay, the birds fly high. Now come on, say third person singular. He goes to school. My mother teaches me. Radha sings a song. My sister loves me. Got it? Next is the negative sentence. Is a negative sentence when there is a negative form, when there are negative sentences, and we are going to form negative sentence of simple present tense, then it is formed by adding do not to the root form. Okay, if the subject is first person or second person and does not to the, we use do not when subject is first person and second person. But what do we add when there is third person singular? We add does not. Okay, we add does not to the root form. For example, I don't play. I is subject and play is root form. Okay, as I told you earlier, my dear children, I shall use these grammatical terms, these names, root form, past form, perfect form, continuous form, many times when I shall explain you these tenses. Okay, so always keep this thing in your mind. What is root form? Okay, what is past form? Clear? Yes. First, I is subject. We add do not when there is first person. Okay, and after that we add after do not we add we write we use what root form. Okay, play is the root form, root verb. Okay, you don't play. You is subject. Here we have added do not to the root form. What is the root verb in this sentence? Play. Base form. Yeah. Okay. Main verb, root verb. These are the grammatical names of first form of the verb. Clear? She does not play. She is the subject. Does not, we add does not when there is third person singular. So she is the third person singular. But what and play is the root verb. Okay. The interrogative sentence is formed by adding do not, do or does where before the subject followed by the root form. Okay, first of all, at the beginning of the sentence we use do or does when we are going to form interrogative sentences. First of all, we use do, then we add the subject I, we, you, they, any subject can be there. Then we use root verb. Okay, beta ji. This is the play. It is the root form. Okay. Next, does. After that, we add subject. After that, we write down or we speak. We use root form. Clear, children? Many people do mistake when they speak or write this the interrogative sentences in simple present tense, and when they use this helping verb does. Okay, whenever we use does, we never add s or es with root form. Okay, we never add s or es to the root form. Clear? Always keep this thing in your mind. Remember, children, we never use we never add to the root form. Okay, what do we not add? We do not add e or es to the root form whenever we use does in a sentence, interrogative sentence or negative sentence in the simple past tense. Fine. We use do and does with question words like where, what, and when. The structure is remains same, my dear children, but before that we use these question words like where, what, when. And there is one exception, children. Whenever we use the question word who, we don't use do or does. Okay, just after who question word we write down root form and we add s or es. It depends upon the singular or plural form of the subject. Okay, yes. Next is the negative interrogative sentence. The negative interrogative sentence is formed by placing do or does before the subject and not between the subject and the root verb. Okay, for example, do you not like to play? Does your sister not play with you? Okay, what did we do? We used do in at the beginning of the sentence. After that we placed not where between the subject and the root verb. Okay, first of all do or does we use, then we use subject, after that we write down not, after that root verb. Clear? These are the examples. See this one, affirmative, negative, then interrogative, negative interrogative. Few examples are given, you may read the from you can read these examples, bacha. Yes, next is the simple present tense. The simple present uses of the simple present tense. Where do we use this tense? Number 1, when we talk about something which happens regularly or as a habit. Okay, for example, he smokes. It is his habit. He generally smoke. He generally smokes. Okay, beta. The following adverbs or adverbial phrases are often used in the tense. Whenever we use simple present tense, generally we use these adverbial phrases like generally, occasionally. I visit my grandparent occasionally. Okay, she treated me generally. No, sorry, gently. Okay, she generally she comes at my home in the evening. She comes my she goes to tuition. Okay, generally she goes to tuition. Okay, next is rarely, always, often, sometimes, never, ever, on Sundays, on once a week, usually, month, year, etc. Okay. Okay, dear children, these are the few adverbs which we use in simple present tenses. Next is to express general or universal truths. For example, the sun rises in the east, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, God is everywhere. Okay, All trains is no. Yes, man is mortal. Clear? These are the general or universal truths. Next, to express an action which is true at a present. For example, all trains stop at this station. Right now, present, in the present, this is the truth that every day when the train comes, it stops at this station. Got it, beta ji? So to express an to express an action which is true at present. Fine. Like for example, she teaches English in a school. Next is to express an action which we have done. To express future action planned in advance, especially concerning a journey or a program. Okay, beta ji, means which is scheduled. The things which are already scheduled. For example, here comes the hero. There goes the bell. Sorry. I explained you exclamatory sentences. Examples I have to give of scheduled times things. Okay. Yes. To express future actions planned in advance, especially concerning a journey or a program. For example, the train leaves at 6 in the morning. Schools close in May for summer vacation and reopen in June. Okay. These things are always scheduled. It happens generally every year. The train leaves at 6 in the morning. It happens every day. Okay. Next is to introduce quotations with the verb say. The notice says no coming, no parking. Okay, sorry, no parking. Next is Keats says, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. These are the quotation with the verb say. See, these are underlined. Okay. Quotations means beta whatever is being said. Narrations, I told you about narrations, and these are called the narrations. You will learn about it in your next class. Okay. When there is quotation means if somebody has said something, and for example the notice says don't pluck flowers. Whenever there is such kind of quotation, we use simple present tense. Okay. In running, commentaries on sporting events. It happens, है ना. Generally people watch matches or sport events. When there are some commentators who do the commentary, and at that time they use simple present tense while doing commentary. Okay. For example, Ajit passes the ball to Mahendra, who kicks it past. Or it is not readable for me, please. Who kicks it past the goalkeeper. So this is the commentary. A sport event is going on. Whenever we do commentary, then we use simple present tense in exclamatory sentences beginning with here and there. These are the exclamatory sentences. For example, there goes the bell. Here comes the train. Here comes the hero. Okay. These are the exclamatory sentences, and when exclamatory sentences beginning with here and there subject, we use a simple present tense. I hope, my dear children, you understood well the structure of simple present tense. Okay. See, here you learnt about the structure. After that, you came to know about the usage of a simple present tense. Fine. Now I am going to explain you next tense, and it is a present continuous tense. Kids, based on these rules, exercises are given on page number 241. Okay. This is that is classroom assignment number 49. You have to do that assignment in your BBC Compacta. Okay. Next is present continuous tense. Present continuous or present progressive tense is formed by adding is, am, are to the continuous form of the verb. Means we add ing to the root form. Okay. Is added when the subject is third person singular. Okay. For example, he is, she is, it is. Are is added when the subject is first person plural, like we are. First person plural is we. Second person singular or plural is you. Okay, you are. Or third person plural. Which is the third person plural? They. Okay, we use they are. Clear? The birds are, liars are, plants are. Clear? Am is added when the subject is first person singular. I am. Okay. The negative is formed by placing not after is, am, are. Got it, bacha? Like is not, am not, are not. Isn't, aren't, and aren't. Clear? Next is interrogative. The interrogative is formed by placing is, am, are before the subject, like we do in simple present tense. We use do, does at the beginning of the sentence, and after that we use subject. And similarly, my dear children, we use is, am, are before the subject when we are forming interrogative sentences and present continuous tense. Okay. For example, am I playing? Are you speaking? Clear? Is she lying? Negative interrogative. Negative interrogative is used by placing is, am, are, then subject, then not after that. Okay. Am I not playing? Are we not playing? Is she not speaking? Got it? The present continuous tense is used to express an action happening at the time of speaking. Like I'm speaking right now, and what is happening? I am teaching you, I am breathing, I am speaking, I am looking at my phone. Got it? So when we are going to express an action happening at the time of speaking, we use present continuous tense. Next, to express an action in progress but not necessarily at the time of speaking. Yes, my dear children, we use present continuous tense to express an action in progress which is not necessarily at the time of, is not in the progress at the time of speaking. Okay. For example, she is teaching English at the high school. They are building a new house. Okay. Here the action is in the progress, but here the action is in progress, but it is not compulsory whenever we are speaking it at that moment that action is going on. Okay. In few situation, for I have given the examples, we use present continuous tense. Okay. To express a definite arrangement in the near future. For example, I'm going to London next year. I'm going to London next week. I am meeting her tonight. Near future, not next year. We use for it, we use present continuous tense to express a definite arrangement in the near future only. Okay, kids. The time of action must be mentioned in this case. Got it? Next is to express an action which begins before a given time and continues after it. At 8 a.m. I am having my breakfast. To express some undesirable habit. He is always wasting his time in gossips. Fine, bacha. So you should learn this. Where do we use? There are 5 points to remember. Okay. Next is simple present is used for habitual action and general truths, and second for permanent situations, whereas present continuous is used for the real present, now, at this moment. Okay, for temporary situations. The following verbs are generally used in the simple form and not in the continuous form. For example, see, hear, smell, notice, recognize, appear, seem, love, hate, hope, so on. These are the verbs which are generally used in simple form. Okay, and not in the continuous form. However, it is used in the continuous form, the meaning changes. Suppose you are using this word think, this form of the verb think, in simple present, it gives you the meaning as my opinion. Okay, it shows your opinion. For example, I think she is a good girl. It here this word is showing you your opinion. In the next sentence, I am thinking, it means I am planning. I am planning or I am thinking about going to Kerala. Next is, please rotate your phone. Okay, by mistake it happened, children. Next is present perfect tense. The present perfect tense is formed by adding has, have or have to the past participle third form of the verb. Have is added when the subject is first person singular plus plural, second person singular plus plural, or third person plural. Fine. We use have with means I, we, you, they. Got it? And what do we add when the subject is third person singular? We add has. Okay. After that, we use perfect form of the verb, means third form of the verb. Got it, bacha? The negative is formed by putting not after has or have. In interrogative sentences, then we The interrogative is formed by placing have or has before the subject. We use has or have before the subject. Clear? Many examples are given here. I have played, I have. In negative we placed not after has or have. I have not played. Interrogative. To form interrogative we place have at the beginning of the sentence. After that we use the subject, then third form of the verb. In negative interrogative we use have, then subject, then not, then third form of the verb. Fine. Now usage of the present perfect tense. The present perfect tense is used to express a recently completed action, the action which is completed recently. To express we use present perfect tense. For example, I have just finished my work. She has gone to the market. Okay, these actions are recently completed. Next usage is to express past actions when the time is not given or is not definite. Yes, my dear children, don't get confused. We use it to express completed actions. Okay, when the action is completed recently we use this tense, present perfect tense. Okay, but we also use it to express past actions or when the time is not given. Keep this thing in your mind. When the time is not mentioned or it is not definite, at that time we use and the action is completed, then also we use present perfect tense. For example, I have read the poem but I don't understand. I have read the poem, but when the action is completed, it is not mentioned. Okay, there is no definite time. That is why we have used here the word have. It shows a present perfect tense. Okay, one more example is given. Have you had your lunch? No, I haven't had it yet. Got it? Sorry. Next is to express past actions or events. The result, when the results of still which still persist. Okay, means the result is in the continuation when the result is not stopped. Okay, means it's going on. For example, it will be clear when you will read this sentence. He has had a bad accident. Okay, he has had a bad accident. It means perhaps he is in hospital. Got it? Next is the prisoners have escaped from the jail. They are still at large. At large means, my dear children, they are still free. Here the meaning of this sentence. The prisoners are still free. Okay, the result is in persist. Okay, means they are not caught yet, they are still free. In these cases also we use present perfect tense. Got it? Next is to express an action that began in the past and continues up to the present moment. For example, I have lived here for 10 years means I am still here. We have waited all day. We are still waiting. He has always helped us. It means he still helps. He has not stopped helping us. He still helps us. Understood? See, next there are few points to remember, and these are: present perfect tense expresses the completion of an action, got it, by now, and not an action done at a definite time. I told you earlier about it. For example, children, it is incorrect to say he has finished his homework at 10 a.m. The action is completed, but a certain time, a definite time is given. Here I taught you, beta, to express past action when the time is not given or it is not definite. See, here I taught you about it. But what happened now? Definite time is given. Okay, we cannot use it with the definite time. If the time is not mentioned, suppose there is a sentence, he has finished his homework, that is absolutely correct because time is not given. Okay, but there is when there is a definite time and the action is completed, we should not use present perfect time, present perfect tense. Instead of present perfect, then we use past simple past. Okay, next is, this tense expresses the present state of a completed action. He has just left the school. Next is, this tense must never be used with a definite time in the past. I told you about it, beta. I told you many times about it. For example, as yesterday, last month, last week, last year, ago, etc. With these words, with these definite time in the past, we never use these words, okay, in present perfect. Next, it is incorrect to say he has gone to Chennai last week. He went to Chennai last week. He has gone to Chennai last week. This is absolutely incorrect because last week it should not be mentioned. Okay, instead of using this sentence, we should use this sentence in simple past. For example, he went to Chennai last week. Okay, the following adverbials are generally used in present perfect tense. Okay, for example, just, I have just completed my homework. Next is never. She has never been America. Ever. Have you ever been to Australia? Nobody told me it was so far away. Next is till now. I have not completed my homework till now. Lately means recently. Okay, it means in something is happened in the recent past. Have you seen him lately? Okay, dear children, so these are the few adverbials which we use in present perfect tense. Okay, dear children, now based on these all these tenses, you have to do classroom assignments number 49, 50 and 51 in your BBC Compacta today positively. Okay, we shall discuss next tense, present perfect continuous, okay, in your live class tomorrow, and we shall discuss these classroom assignments also. Okay, beta, bye, thank you.